Donovan, yesterday, President of China Xi Jinping held his New Year's Day speech, while early this morning, President Ching-te of Taiwan held his New Year's Day speech. What marked differences in tone did you notice?
I think actually of the two, the one that was a little bit more flowery and positive sounding, at least, was Xi Jinping's. Actually, he literally started. He started out quite right near the beginning, talking about we've seen winds and rain, but we've all seen rainbows. It was also shorter, which was interesting. However, a lot of it was just propaganda. A lot of it was just outright not true. I think that William Lai's speech did also have some flowery language in it, of course, but it was a little bit more concrete and down to earth. It was also considerably longer. Um, I think that the important part of this speech, and it may go down in history depending on how things pan out, going forward in the tussle between the opposition parties and the DPP. Very specifically, he brought up that he intended to follow the Constitution. He reiterated this in no uncertain terms, which means he's signaling that he's going to go ahead, with the laws passed. Although he did specify that he's going to bounce them back to the legislature to be reconsidered, which is a constitutional right.
I want to go back there to something that you said at the beginning, where you noticed Xi Jinping used a bit more flowery language. Do you believe that this is because President Lai Ching-te, inside a democratic system, and because of the challenges that he is facing in the legislature right now, has to talk a bit more frankly and use a bit more substance to reach out to his constituents?
Well, yes. I mean, President Lai is accountable to the public. He was democratically elected, and so therefore is accountable. So I think that it's a little bit more in his interest, and for the interest of the country specifically, is for him to use this platform to talk about issues of substance. Now, of course, a lot of it is patting himself and his administration on the back, which you're entitled to do. If it's a little self-serving. But he did also, bring in some substance, which is important. And, when given a chance, it's good to see, the president communicating issues of substance.
One of the cross-state relations matters which President Lai brought up was that he would like to see more exchanges with China. What do you think is behind the strategic positioning of this inside his speech? And is he positioning himself where he is offering a position of goodwill?
I think that he wants to position himself as appearing to be conciliatory and as offering an olive branch. However, I think he's pretty certain that the Chinese side is not going to might accept a little bit of this. Now, on the other hand, I do think that that also is, in many ways, was more of an olive branch to the KMT and the TPP as well. I think he was sort of signaling to them that he's not hardline. He's also signaling to the Americans and also people locally, as well as analysts and journalists, that he's not the hardcore, rabid independence activist that he's been portrayed as.